Kitchen is brought to you by Harvest Market.
You know, there is nothing better than fresh from the oven bread. And lucky for us, Central Illinois Bakehouse is the place that makes breads of all kinds, as well as a few sweet treats. And owner Jeffrey Brokish is here with us today. We are so excited to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Okay, so for those who may not be familiar with Central Illinois Bakehouse, kind of tell us what you're all about and how long you've been around.
So Central Illinois Bakehouse itself was founded in 2008, and my wife Lauren and I just recently purchased it toward the end of 2020. It's an old world artisan-style bakery, and we're really excited to be working with such a talented and diversified team that puts out a vast array of exciting and delightfully delicious products.
So just purchasing it at the end of last year, that was kind of a big adventure, no? Buying a business in a pandemic?
It's definitely not for the faint of heart, but at the same time, as my wife and I joke, it's, you know, we got COVID, we're sitting around, what are we doing? We need something exciting. So the opportunity presented itself, and we decided to move on it.
And you mentioned that you specialize in artisan-style breads, croissants, stuff along those lines. So talk to me about what you do have to offer, because we're looking there at a king cake, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, because 'tis the season. But what kind of breads do you specialize in?
Yeah, so we're primarily in the artisan sourdough is our signature type of loaves. We have our sourdough starter, which has been lovingly nurtured since the business opened 12 years ago. But we also have quite a variety of other bread options as far as loaf breads, croissants, as you mentioned, and then some delightful baked goods, croissants, scones, cookies and brownies and so forth. So if you come see us, I'm sure you'll be able to find something that'll tempt you.
Oh, I am sure, because you've got quite a few temptations right there on the counter. Talk to me about this loaf of bread right there. What kind of sourdough is that?
Yeah, so this is our bread of the month. It's our Mediterranean olive sourdough. So it's our base white sourdough with Kalamata olives and our Mediterranean sea salt blend.
Ooh, so when you make a loaf of bread like that, is it just to eat plain? Or is it supposed to be for a sandwich, a bread bowl?
The options are limitless, really. So it depends on what you're in the mood for. Certainly a bread like this might be a little more attuned to eating on its own, or maybe dipped in a little olive oil, perhaps with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. We have our various sandwich loaves, which make delightful, deli sandwiches, or maybe a grilled cheese, for example. That's one of my personal favorites, a little sourdough action with some grilled cheese.
And since it's cold outside, that just screams comfort food,
yes, exactly.
For sure. Okay, so let's go from savory now to sweet with the king cakes, because we are approaching the Mardi Gras season. So that's something else that you have to offer.
Right, so this is our Mardi Gras cake, which is we do make it every year, but we're kind of upping the game this year. So we've got a praline butter filling that we're using. Ooh. And that gives it this nice separation of layers and this pillowy, delicious texture. And it's made from our brioche dough. So even though it's called a cake, it's a little bit of a misnomer. It's sort of like coffee cake isn't traditional cake, it's more of a bread. And so that's what we've got here, our brioche loaf, our brioche dough, the praline filling, and then we've got the royal icing, and then the 3 colors of sugar for Mardi Gras on top.
And those 3 colors actually do represent different things according to tradition. So tell us what they are for.
Yeah, so this is purple for justice, green for faith, and yellow for power. And those represent the traditional colors of Mardi Gras. And they're actually a callback to the 3 wise men, because the king cake actually originated not with Mardi Gras itself, but with the epiphany of the baby Jesus. And that is what has given rise to this tradition then with the king cake, is that you hide an item in there. And so back in the day, it was maybe a bean or a coin or a paper hat. And then you would cut it up and serve it to your guests, and whoever was the lucky recipient of that item would be crowned king or queen for the day, and usually it was an indicator of good fortune for the year.
Yeah.
And so then as more around the 1900s, it has now converged on this plastic baby, and some people say it's the baby Jesus, some people not, but you can hide it in your cake, and then again, the person who receives that baby is traditionally the lucky one for the year, and then as a gesture of goodwill to the other not so fortunate people, you are generally bound to bring the king cake next year.
Oh, well, you know what? Last year I found the baby, so I'm so glad that you have provided me a cake to share with everyone, so I get out of having to do that. But okay, coming up, we're going to maybe try some king cake, and we're going to talk about where you can find Central Illinois Bakehouse and all of their delicious goodies, as well as their website where you can put your order in now. So you stick around.
Sounds good.